Welcome back to the Wheel and Chill show. It's been more than a month since the band of really, really nice good guys, aka the Knights Who Say Chill, did a little D&D campaign, and ever since then we've been recovering from that and from other things. so Winespring. So anyways, we're very happy that everyone had a really long rest. We're happy.
Hibernation.
Happy to be back. Happy to be healthy. Very excited that today the Wheel of Time account finally posted the second deleted scene that we all who went to WotCon got to see at WotCon, but didn't ever get to see again. So very happy to see that happening. Hopefully, to me, that's a sign that we're going to start ramping up sort of with the hype train, but try not to get my hopes up too high because you never know. I see you all in the chat. Thank you for being here. So today, you might be able to see that we have a special guest with us today. It's not just your typical Wheel and Chill co-hosts. We have James Starke here to debate what the best Wheel of Time book is. So James has been heavily involved in the Wheel of Time community and Jordan Con, and they have a podcast now that's relatively new, though. How long has it been going now?
Almost a year. We started June 2022. Whoa. Yes, 2022. So
okay.
Yeah, almost a year.
Happy almost anniversary.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about your Wheel of Time life and
life.
Your Wheel of Time life. Tell us about yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I basically grew up on the Wheel of Time. I found the books in 7th grade, I think. My teacher, my language arts teacher, Barbie Shomo, give you a shout out. She was reading this book called The Dragon Reborn, and I was a 13-year-old boy, and 13-year-old boys think dragons are cool. So I picked it up. There's no actual dragons in the books. Kind of lame. But yeah, no, I joined Tarvalon.net when I was 14. Pretty much a week after picking up the book, I went into their chat room, IRC chat room.
Amazing.
And yeah, I was a member there for a while. Then I got involved with Jordan Con as the Wheel of Time track manager, and now I'm the track director for it. So basically all of the WOT stuff at Jordan Con. I do that. So
wow,
awesome.
That me.
Time celebrity, right?
And the podcast. Tell us a little bit about
Wheels
it.
Of Time, yes. We just really wanted to talk about gay stuff in the Wheel of Time because we kind of have to invent our own stuff.
Yeah.
Because all that rep in the books that we get is just so plentiful and
frankly overwhelming.
Honestly, it's basically just a giant pride flag of a book. But yeah, no. We talk about we just talk about it from a queer perspective. With the show, that's kind of what put it over the edge was Moraine and Suan and just having that relationship there. And we were like, let's talk about gay stuff. So
heck yeah.
There we are, Queers of Time.
I love that. I feel like it fills, a void that was there before you guys got started. We have several different Wheel of Time podcasts. We love all the Wheel of Time creators, but this one I think is in the perfect little niche. It's excellent.
I mean, if anyone else wants to go be gay and talk about Wheel of Time, please do. You'll probably be less annoying than us. We're all very annoying, and we know that about ourselves. I see Matt is in the chat on YouTube.
He's saying hello.
Yes, hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna say hi, Matt. It's you. You're the problem. It's you. That was a Taylor Swift lyric, and you hate Taylor Swift, so I feel like that makes it all the better for me.
Gasp.
Taylor Swift. What?
I'll be going to the Eras tour this year. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Swiftie.
But yeah.
But anyway,
For sure.
That is my Wheel of Time in a nutshell. Been there for, I guess, 18 years. Oh, that's a fun number.
It's a really great number. It's like a whole person's childhood, for example. That's 18. Anyways,
You're a Wheel of Time adult.
Yeah, you are a Wheel of Time adult officially. All right. So today, as we advertised, we're going to be talking about what the best Wheel of Time book is, and I sent out some polls on Twitter. The results were pretty fun, pretty interesting. Some of them are a little different than what I think we're going to end up picking today. And I'm hoping to hear from y'all in the chat also about what your favorite Wheel of Time book is. Before we get started, we're the hosts are going to briefly introduce ourselves. It's been a whole month. You probably forgot who we are. Am I right? So I'll start. I am Kritter XD. I am a TikToker / YouTube video person. I'm on Instagram. I have a Discord. If you're not on my Discord, it's a super fun place. We talk about a lot of stuff, Wheel of Time included, Stormlight, all that stuff. This is my YouTube channel that you're watching right now, and if you feel so inclined, you can become a member on this channel, and then you'll have access to fun, specific emojis that I just updated today. So any members in the chat, feel free to use them. And that's about it. I appreciate you guys all for being here, and also I have merch on Redbubble, and today I'm going to be giving away 2, I believe, because I want to have some left over for JordanCon stickers. So stick around for that, assuming my chat bot.
For that.
Yeah, stick around for that. and so that should be good, as long as my chat bot works. Fingers crossed, because you never know what's going to happen on the stream. Tavern, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I am Tavern. Old. Do TikToks on occasion. I do merch, a lot of merch. Yeah, look out soon for some Knights Who Say Chill merch coming to our Will and Chill Zazzle store. So, yeah, that's about it for me.
There we go, Winespring, nice. And Jessica said, I thank you so much for 14 months. She says, if you aren't in Critter's Discord, you're missing out. And those are just facts. Winespring, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
That's me. I'm Winespring. I don't just do Will and Chill. I have a website dedicated to Wheel of Time recipes. You should check it out. They're delicious and they're easy.
Num num.
And they're kind of playful. And eventually there'll be some new ones, you know? Whenever we get season 2, if it happens ever.
You hear that, Wheel of Time?
Winespring. It's on you now, guys.
I know.
New recipes. Give us a new season.
That plate is now on your table.
Facts. Don't forget to cook.
WinespringCafe.com.
WinespringCafe.com.
It is amazing.
All of this information, all of our links, James's links, should be in the description of this video on YouTube, so easily accessible. I think it's time, though, to get serious, and I think we've got some strong opinions about what the best Wheel of Time book is. And I want to start this conversation by first pointing out that, to me, much like The Lord of the Rings, the Wheel of Time is, at its core, one big story that I love from start to finish. So picking my favorite book was hard. I've had it, I kind of know which one it is just based on all the events that happen in it. It just kind of like had more high points for me than some of the other books, and the highs were higher than some of my other books. But without every single book in the series, I maintain that it wouldn't be complete, and hashtag there is no slog. So I just want to get that one out of the way. I love the whole thing, so don't come for me for the book that I pick, please. Does anyone else have any initial statements that they want to make about this?
Yeah, I would say the one that I chose, which you're just going to be so surprised, Kritter, which one it is. You have to, for me, I realize you kind of have to earn it. You have to read all the books before it to really appreciate everything that happens in the book I'm choosing. So I love the whole story, but you really have to earn it.
That sounds like a shot over my bow. Yes, I finally read New Spring. Why? My whole existence before New Spring apparently didn't exist. I was
you figured it out.
Okay, James, any preliminary statements before we really get into the brass tacks?
No, I think I just echo your statement where it is one big book.
Yeah.
It is one long-ass thing. And I did have to go and read some synopses today to figure out what happened where. Because frankly, I don't know.
I had the same thing where I was reminded, actually, by Murphy Napier's video about my favorite book, about something that I had forgotten happened in the book that I really enjoy. So thanks, Murphy. Appreciate you. Okay, so I guess I didn't really think about how we're going to go about revealing. So I'm thinking that we go in order of publication.
Ooh.
And also,
James.
you know, and which translates into guests first. James, why
Yeah, I
don't you
know.
reveal?
Wow. I was like, wow,
All
that's
right.
so convenient
It is.
for you.
It is.
Yes, because they get to go last.
Yes. So I chose The Eye of the World by Robert
What?
Jordan. Surprisingly. There's that
Was
edition.
Brandon Sanderson not on there?
No, he wasn't there
Indeed
yet.
not.
And then there's
man.
Sexy Pirate
Ooh, that's a good
Sailor
one.
Love it.
Rand.
Love
That
that.
is a good one.
It's a good moment in the book.
It got split into 2 books for the YAs where they didn't change anything, but they said,
Look at
here,
all your
youths
books."
like this.
Utes.
It works.
Here, this is the weird little promo they gave out in the 90s.
That is so
Whoa.
cool.
Wait, bring that back one more time. Show that a little bit longer. Look at that.
Yeah,
The
it's
Very
free.
cool.
Free,
Very cool.
yeah.
This side, free.
I found one of those at
Wow.
a thrift store.
That is
That
That's where I
is
found
so
mine.
cool.
And then this edition, which
The
I
new-
just,
Nice.
Clean looking. Yeah.
I don't like. That's not why I like the Wheel of Time. It's not clean.
It's not.
It's messy.
It's the
It's a
one with
messy
the-
bitch.
It
That's
is.
the one
He's
that-
a messy bitch.
That's the one with the new intro.
Is this the new intro?
I have one.
Oh yes, this does have ravens in it.
This one that I'm pointing at right here. This like the new
Yeah, yeah,
paperback,
yeah.
whatever. That one also has the Ravens intro, I think.
Yeah,
I
I remember when Ravens came out and people were like, "What? More?" It's
Yes.
not very good. It's not very good. I'm sorry.
Mm.
It's cute. So I just present my reasoning.
Sure, but I want to preface all of this by saying hard spoilers, okay? This is a
Yes.
spoilery stream. So if you
Very.
haven't read, at this point, The Eye of the World, now's the time to leave unless you don't care. All right, James, go ahead.
Yeah, hard spoilers for the book that everyone listening has read the most.
Right.
I
I just actually
'cause
finished a
when you
reread.
Because when you start a reread, you may not always finish the reread, but you always start with Eye of the World most of the time.
It's so true.
Yes.
I
That's
know.
so true.
Technically, I win because everybody's read it the most.
Wow. Okay.
Winning by default. Okay.
Yeah.
Such a win.
I think my favorite thing about the Eye of the World, it's the same reason that I like Fellowship of the Ring, because I like them all, like when they're just starting out, because you can truly appreciate, like, you know where they're going. You know how bad it's going to get.
Hmm.
You know how traumatized they're all going to be, how dead a few of them are going to be, how come back to life some of them are going to be, and then die again.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. But I just like the innocence of it. It's very nostalgic. It brings you back to that first moment. Is the plot messy? Yeah, a lot.
Pretty
A
messy.
lot. It's bad sometimes. It gets very Lord of the Ringsy in the sense that they're just going from inn to inn for a long time.
Oh, but don't you kind of
Um,
love it though?
You do. That's the thing. It's the
Yeah.
nostalgia factor for me. It is
Yeah.
it's a comfort thing. And that is why I love the Eye of the World.
Who's your favorite character in the Eye of the World?
Moraine.
Ooh,
Um,
yes.
Moraine
Goddess
is
Moraine.
basically like sexy female Gandalf.
Hell yeah.
And I think my favorite passage from Eye of the World is going to be the telling of Manetheren. Just the iconic image. Like, yes, it's all pure exposition and backstory and stuff. And normally when you're reading something like that, you're like, oh, good, info dump. Yay.
Yeah.
I love it. But no, I loved it because it was this cool, like, badass woman being like, no, sit down and shut
Right?
up.
Yes.
Know your history. And I'm going to learn you guys something. Also, you guys sneak out the back, okay?
It's almost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just get over here.
I'm not gonna say it's up there because Shakespeare is Shakespeare, but has that same emotional draw that the St. Crispin's Day speech from Henry V gives off, where it pulls everybody and makes everybody just feel this. I don't know what word I'm looking for. It's like you just want to be there. You want to be a part of this. You know, it just brings it out. It's really cool.
And even though it goes against like every fiber of your being, like even grumpy old Sen Bui is like, what happened next? And I'm like, yeah, see, this is the power. That's when I really like fell in love with Moraine as a character. So I was like, cool, mystery lady. But then she does this cool thing where has her staff for just this book. And then like spits flame at the ends of it, and she's like, shut up, listen. And then tells them how they suck, and they're like, please tell us how we suck even more. And it's just really good. It's really good.
One of my favorite Moraine moments in The Eye of the World is a really subtle one. You know, I didn't pick up at all the first time I read it, obviously, but it's the moment in front of the inn when it was Rand and Matt, and I can't remember the other kid's name. And Moraine gives them a coin, you know, and there's like a raven watching, and it's just so subtle, like knowing what the coins are and how they play out later in the story. Like, I just love reading that, and I love that Moraine moment. She's so subtle, and they're like staring at her all like googly eyed.
Is it Ewan or something? It's something like that.
I can't remember.
What the kid that she
Yeah.
was going to?
Yeah, the little. I just read the book.
Just happened to be there.
Embarrassed that I.
And he
can't
gets like a different coin than they got, obviously.
It's like, oh, a silver penny or something, and they're like,
and that's
oh god.
Like, we don't see that weave going forward. We never see like that weird tracking weave that she does.
Yeah, that would have been.
It would have been nice. It would have been helpful. The staff would have probably been helpful as well. I don't know what happened to it.
Luke Ice Jedi is saying Ewan,
yeah, okay.
Ewin. So
yes, that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I love that little tricksy moment at first.
He was like, I love this coin. It's so cool. And Matt and Rand were like, I'm never getting rid of this coin. And Ewan was like,
ever.
Yeah, me either.
Great. Same.
Don't know why y'all love this coin so much. I can buy like 50 lanterns from Padden Fane, my bestie.
In my head, it's like
cool guy.
I kind of just felt. Was that like mild compulsion? I don't know. It
was an Eye of the Worldism.
Okay,
It was like Moraine's staff, like the weird stairs that Rand goes up. It exists in this bubble of the Eye of the World magic that only exists in that book.
Yeah, I had the same experience when Moraine kept saying, like, if you stay close to me, you're protected from creatures of the dark or what stuff like that. And I was like, that's funny because a lot of these characters turn out channelers, and that is not the case. Like later in the book.
That was just a special Moraine thing, apparently. That only she knows.
Yeah, like man, I wish I had like internal, protect like a little minor shield constantly around me.
Just constantly like a level 3 spell going around.
Isn't that transferred to the warders as well?
Well, like the awareness of them.
The awareness,
yes.
Right.
But it's like the way she said it, it was like, as long as you stay close to me, they can't touch you. And I'm like, that feels like a lie. But okay.
And if you stand close to me, I'll shield your dreams. And I'm like,
yeah. Okay, Moraine.
Oh, yeah. Kevin just mentioned in the chat the Moraine growing giant size over the wall in Barrelon. That was
pretty badass.
That was
Bilbo Baggins. Do you take me for some poor conjurer
of cheap tricks?
She just grows. Yeah.
And never does it again, right? That's the only time we see her do that.
Well, that could be like a mask of mirrors,
right?
In the sense, and I'm thinking like, if there was still a door open in some way, she could mask of mirrors herself as if she was stepping over the wall, when in fact she like slipped through the wall somewhere else. I can't exactly remember though if the door had been closed at that point. So again, an Eye of the World is it. We were working out the kinks, and it was fine.
Look, he didn't know if there was going to be a sequel.
Cover. True. We had the cloud cover spell that she pulled as they were leaving the two rivers.
Yeah, major weather control. Bless her heart.
Yeah. She had the big fire wall thing that she made when the Trollocs were chasing them.
Yes, the huge ball of fire that wiped her out because she's weak in fire.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that never got seen again.
I mean, until like Rand does his stuff, you don't really see stuff at that level again. So no, the other characters are fine, but I think it's really Moraine's book. And And it was originally
Interesting.
going to be just the one book, so, or they didn't know if there was going to be more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was originally going to be a trilogy, and then 6 books, and then
We
15.
snowballed.
Yeah,
That's
we
fine.
snowballed a little bit.
I appreciate
Nobody's
it.
It's all
upset.
good.
No, I'm not mad about it.
No. No, I was pretty happy with Eye of the World, and it's just that comfort book. It's the snuggle up in bed when you're sick and read it, and
Hmm.
just it's nice
I completely
and
agree.
weird.
Yes.
Yeah. Very different than anything else I've ever read.
Uh-huh.
Less coherent, but in a good way.
But lovely. Yes.
Yeah.
It gets your imagination going.
I thought in my mind, like, okay, after I finished the book, I was like, I'm gonna re-listen to the last, like, couple of chapters so I fully understand, like, exactly what happened after they reached the Eye of the World.
Yeah.
And I literally listened again, and I was like, okay, I really want to make a TikTok where I'm like, this is what happens at the end, and still, y'all, it's been a couple weeks, I'm still not there.
Oh my goodness.
I have read the last couple of chapters a lot to try and just understand, like to visualize it in some way,
Yes.
and I just quite can't.
I have the same
I
problem.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
what do we have,
okay,
the
he's
Green Man,
describing
right?
this.
Mhm.
I'm understanding this
Yeah.
line. I'm understanding this line, and I'm understanding this line. But when I read them together, they make no sense.
Not sure what's happening.
That's
I agree. It's wild, but the nostalgia factor is so strong for me, and it is like I appreciated Moraine way more on this reread, and I think it's partially thanks to the show because it's like first of all,
Yeah.
whenever I read books, I don't really picture people. I just kind of
Right.
like hear the story as it's happening, right? I don't really picture, but when it came to Moraine and some of the things that she was doing and saying, I could see Rosamund Pike. And so that was like a fun thing for me to like experience for the first time on this reread. But while Moraine was incredible in Eye of the World, I absolutely adore Baby Rand and the Rand and Matt dynamic on the road to Tarvalin. Like,
Yes.
ooh, I love it so much. It is just
Baby Rand is again like he's the one that goes through the most in this series,
Yeah,
and
yes.
to see him be like, "Wow, Winter Night, that was really rough, wasn't it? That was so bad.
Nothing can
Gosh,
top that.
my life was so boring before that, and now it's crazy." Oh, and
I
then
will say, go ahead.
no, and then I was just like, "Sweet boy, sweet
Aw.
child."
Nice.
I ain't seen nothing yet. I will say, and I'm gonna catch shit for this again. After having read Newspring, Moraine makes a lot more sense to me in Eye of the World.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Not shit.
because-
I'm
Get that.
pleased. I'm proud
Because
of you.
listen, I love Eye of the World. It's a great book. When you were bringing up, they're going from inn to inn, it literally was like they were all kind of together now, but they were kind of lost trying to figure out what needed to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they ended New Spring, they weren't certain, right? And then they spent 20 years trying to find, the Dragon Reborn. And like to bring the show into this, and we're talking about the books. I like the direction that they went with it on the show, where they treated it as searching for the reincarnated Dalai Lama, which makes a lot of sense because you're looking for certain traits and hoping to find them, and you're testing kids and then moving on to another kid and that kind of stuff. So that whole dynamic with Moraine and the bouncing from place to place, kind of where they didn't know where they were going and were confused, I thought was really cool, and it was a really good start for the entire series.
Yeah, it is really weird to see how they get from New Spring to Eye of the World, and I really wish those Outrigger novels had been published, but so I would like to know exactly how they get there. But
Yeah,
I think
right?
it was really cool to see the backstory of it. That was my favorite part of New Spring, aside from the romance part of it, because it was probably the most romantic of all of the books.
Yes.
And he didn't intend it at all, which is probably what makes it so much better. But I think it was a good prequel. It was a very good prequel.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was. I actually on Twitter, like I did the a little poll, and let me pull it up and make sure this isn't broken. Yeah, so you can see it. New Spring got, well, obviously the I did one poll at first and then I followed up with the others later, but a lot of people in my comments were talking about New Spring, and New Spring on its individual poll got 8.4% of the vote. So I think there's some people in the chat are saying it is underrated by some. And Kevin Mundweiler being one that said that, and I completely agree. I love reading New Spring. It is my palate cleanser after I finish the series.
Yes.
And it's like a nice, you get to revisit the characters, you get to revisit the world. Moraine is this slightly different, more idealistic. I don't know. It's all really, and Lan, I feel like you get a little bit more of his personality in New Spring.
Lan is stellar.
Yeah, you get to see more of why he is the way he is instead of just being, because in the books he is just very stoic, and there's a throw off lines like he reads poetry and he's very sweet and stuff, but for the most part he's just this very idealistic version of a man that Robert Jordan thought he would be, and it's cool to see the other side of it and see why he is the way he is. Totally. But I did also want to call you out on your poll because it left out
not all the books were in there.
It left out the big white book of bad art.
I wanted to have 4 choices on every poll, so on the final one I included the companion, and I did not include the bad art book. Hey,
you didn't include this Drakkar. His feelings are upset.
Good. Let it be.
Let it be. Savage Kritter.
Yeah, it's a Drakkar. We don't care about that. Light Halicon wants to start a reread with New Spring. That would be an interesting way to read. I guess technically, because the Wheel of Time turns.
Yes.
And ages come and pass. I kind of start my rereads every time with New Spring because I finish my reads with New Spring, right? And so, depending on the length of time involved, then that counts too. I feel like, okay, we're getting a little off track though. Eye of the World, very strong contender, very nostalgic, most read book easily. It's a good pick, James. I think it's a really good pick.
It's okay. I know there's some other good picks here, but I'm willing to defend my my choice.
Okay. In chronological order, we've got Tavern next. Tavern, what is your favorite? What is the best Wheel of Time book, according to you?
Shadow Rising.
Okay.
Hey.
Shadow Rising. And, I mean, they're soft gloves. We're going to take the gloves off a little bit, but they're soft gloves. I do love the Eye of the World. As I've stated before, the first 3 books in the Wheel of Time series are basically the prologue for the rest of the series, which means that everything really starts kicking off in book 4.
Yeah.
So, as much as I love the first 3 books, I think that there's a lot of stuff. Like James said, I went through and did some research today to make sure I had all my points on book 4, and there were some things that I forgot about, and then I was like, holy shit, so many things happen in book 4 that it's just out of control. So first off, the big thing in book 4, aside from the fighting and stuff, Perrin and Fail, their relationship is a key point of the Shadow Rising. We also get the first bubble of evil in the Shadow Rising.
Okay, that's cool.
which is awesome because we start seeing more of the world, how things are reacting, and how the Dark One is starting to emerge. The Dorch Terangriel, right? So we get that, and which means we get the Finn in book 4. We hear about the Tower of Genji, right, in book 1, but we get to see the Finn in book 4. Right.
Okay.
Now we had the fight for the stone. Okay, of Tyr, which is great.
Yeah, it is.
And this book is the one that begins Egwene's path. Because up until this point,
wait. Hold on. The fight for the stone.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that's
that in the Dragon Reborn.
Oh well,
Yeah,
there was
man.
that, and then there was the second fight where the Trollocs came in, and then you had Lanfear, you had Trollocs on Trollocs. Is what I'm getting at, but you're right. I should have corrected that. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the big fight where you see the first rift between, at least I think it's the first rift between the Forsaken, right? Where Lanfear comes and tries to stop whoever, I forget, who was it that attacked the stone It wasn't Raven, was it? Since the
Uh,
Trollocs in there, I can't remember who it was. But either way, Lanfear comes in and pits Trolloc and Murdral against Trolloc and Murdral to assist Rand, which is interesting. Again,
okay.
Egwene sets off on her path, like the real path, in Book 4. She heads off to the Ale Waste. Start with Tel'aran'rhiod. Up until that point, she was kind of being... We're all kind of being led along by the Aes Sedai. You know, they had the whole thing in Falma and all that stuff there. And I mean, she heads off in that direction, which is her path, while Elaine and Nynaeve are still being, you know, go to Tanchico and go look up whatever. They're still being kind of told where to go and that kind of stuff. Although they start breaking away from that. The other things that happened in Book 4 is it's the beginning of a new Rand transformation. When you said that Rand has the most things throughout the books, you're absolutely right. And he transforms every so many books. There's a new version of Rand that emerges depending on what happens. And this is definitely a transformation for him, leaving the Stone of Tyr and heading for the Ale Waste. It's his first. He did leave the winter camp in the previous book on his own, and he went through all his madness and all that stuff until he got to the stone. But at this point, he's got a plan, and he's not sharing it with anybody. So that's a big transformation for him. And how can we forget that Matt's lordship begins with Book 4? In Book 4 is when we start calling him Lord. So
okay, that's fun.
Come on now. Perrin heads for the Two Rivers, right? The Tanchico expedition starts, and we find out about the Adam, which I think we find out about the Adams. We also find out in Book 4 that Windfinders can channel, which is why their farce of they didn't like traveling with Aes Sedai because it was some kind of curse or whatever was all a ruse. They didn't want the Aes Sedai figuring out that they could channel. We've got Kalendor in the stone, sort of like a King Arthur move. He shoves it into the floor. We have Ridian. We have the history of the Aiel in Book 4. We have Slayer. Perrin's turning point, I think, is when he goes back to the Two Rivers and his family's dead.
Oh man,
huge
that's
for him.
So rough.
Yeah.
That is a rough part of that book. That's rough.
Yeah, that I'll tell you right now, it was so monumental in such a small amount of space because they basically mention it, and then they move on.
Oh,
and he just completely becomes a whole kind of different person. He's still, methodical, but then he's got Fael setting up to be the Lord of the Two Rivers, right? And all this stuff. And he begins to build his Golden Eyes army at this point. Right? So then, what else happens in Book 4? Tel'aran'rhiod. We have the Peddlers in the Ale Waste. We have Aram the Mad. This is where Aram decides to break from Tuatha and kind of starts losing his shit. All the Two Rivers. Aaron's lordship begins as well in this book. And then what I call the breakings that happened in Book 4. We have the breaking of the White Tower when Swan and Leanne get deposed and stilled.
That was huge.
Ooh,
that was a huge moment for the series.
That was an interesting moment.
Have the breaking of the Aiel. Alcardar, or Arkaldal, when Rand tells them, "Here's your freaking history," and mind fucks them. Right?
Yeah.
He breaks the Aiel.
Jeez, this is a dense book.
It's a lot, yeah.
And
can you believe that one of my friends DNF'd in the middle of Shadow Rising? I'm like, what? Like, she didn't finish Shadow Rising. She stopped in the middle of Shadow Rising.
That's you're
Y'all are still friends?
Somehow. No, she's helping me do she's the one who's helping me with Moraine cosplay. She just got
she's cool.
She's
really
she's cool, but she just couldn't finish Shadow Rising, and it's just like blows my mind. So
she's a little less cool now, but she's still cool.
We can't all be perfect.
Say, the fact that Kritter was appalled by her friend DNFing in Shadow Rising means that my book is pretty up there.
Well, it's just dense. Like, I agree. It's one of my top two. Like, it's
the last point, the last breaking that happened in this book is Rand breaking Asmodean away from the Dark One, severing his ties to the Dark One. So this is the book where shit starts going. Psh, what do you mean? Psh? This is the book where shit starts going crazy, and I'm there for it.
Okay. Well, we
I mean,
just
that
got a
was quite the
full
list.
synopsis.
I do.
Yeah.
Listen, there was a lot of cool stuff that happened in that book.
I mean, it was also, I will say one of my favorite 90 moments also happens in the Shadow Rising, which is the battle at the Palace of Tenchiko.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah, where
with
they're just
Mon-
staring at each
With
other.
Mogedion,
Yeah.
where yes,
Mogedion.
it's literally
Oh my
just
gosh.
staring at each other.
Oh, is that when she
Was
realized that she can
so
like
good.
hit her?
She's like,
That's when she
Right?
realized she was
Yes.
as strong as one of the Forsaken. That was
Yes.
her
I
like,
forgot about that, damn,
oh
yeah.
shit, I'm the
I'm a
badass.
badass. Yeah. Yes, you are,
yes,
Nynaeve.
yes.
She was like, I
random-
always knew I was good, but I was like, I thought I was kind of like, just being egotistical a little bit, but I'm the shit.
So I pulled Tavern. You have a lot of people backing you up. So the initial
I know.
poll, I included books that I thought would be in the running. Shadow Rising being one of them. More than 800 votes were cast, and Shadow Rising got just shy of 60%. So yeah,
Dang.
that's a lot of
Well, hold
love.
on.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I have a mic, but hold on, I'll drop a Starburst.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Awesome.
No, I remember in the early days of like my fandom, people always said Shadow Rising was like their favorite book. That was before, I think that was right around Winter's Heart when it was published. So, lots of people think that is the strongest of the earlier books.
Like
Or
I
of
said,
the
I
Jordan
think,
books.
Good choice.
I think
good
that the
choice.
first 3 books set up the world, all the characters, and book 4 is when they really start to explode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just love the Aiel, and so that's one of my big selling points for Shadow Rising. But I also think that Dragon Reborn's a strong book for the Aiel because the storming of the stone and like Matt
Yeah.
exploding part of the wall and all that stuff happening is just so funny and fun to witness. So I feel like Dragon Reborn and Shadow Rising are both up there for me. Oh no,
Mhm.
we're getting. The lights are going out on James.
No,
Uh-oh.
wait, what?
And he just turned his lights off and came back on.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, James.
Welcome back.
You're muted.
I was turning on the fan.
Oh, nice.
It got warm in here because the door's
Yes.
closed to keep the cats out.
I have the same thing happening right now. You can't see the door, but
Yes.
it's closed. Agni is so loud sometimes, although I do miss him. So.
Yeah, we have
Oh.
5 cats, so it's
Oh.
my God.
Oh, babies.
it's okay. My husband
Okay,
is
what are their
keeping
names?
them.
Just real fast.
Titus, he's 18. Tom is 13. Inky is like 4 or 5, and then Nessa and Olmo are 2 or 3.
Oh, wow. How fun.
I love cats.
I do too.
Critter. Nobody puts Agni in a corner, Critter.
I know. He's hopefully.
rude.
Well, we actually just got plants. Personal story. Are you guys? I need to
There
have.
we
I
go.
need to have a
Scary,
graphic that
scary.
like pops
We
in the
need-
wall.
yeah,
But
we need
Yeah.
music and a graphic for that.
yeah, Critter overshare. But
Love
we
'em.
went to IKEA this weekend because my sister had never gone. First of all, like what?
What?
Yeah. So I love IKEA. First of all, it's a fun
What?
place. They have plants there, and so we don't basically have any plants in our house because most house plants are toxic to cats, and we just don't even want to risk it. But we looked it up while we were there, and some of the plants that were there are non-toxic to cats, and so we bought 2 of them, and the cats have been enamored ever since. Agni was like we got a big one, and Agni has been laying in like the pot for it. We have thankfully
Yes.
Spanish moss on top, so it's not just laying in dirt.
So good.
But
Is that on your story?
it was on my
today?
stories on Instagram.
So cute. Yes, I saw it. So
Hilarious.
cute.
So they're slightly distracted today. I'm sure it'll all even out and they'll want in this room eventually, but I think I've been replaced, at least temporarily, by the plants from IKEA.
You know what? A little bit of like away time is okay.
yeah.
Like,
Space to breathe, cool off.
Yeah. We'll bring him back next time, Jessica. Agni will return. I should have that as a side too. All right. So
Wait, hold on. Random has also never been to IKEA. Are they illegal in Ohio or something? What's going on?
Whoa.
I'm gonna kill like 10 minutes from me.
yeah.
So
same.
do I. Yeah, they're like everywhere over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I love a good IKEA.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Anyways, continue. Sorry, that threw me for a loop.
Well, Tavern, you listed a bunch of events off, but who is your favorite character, your favorite storyline in this one?
Okay, so my favorite character, as everybody knows, is Lan across the entire series, because he's the one character that I think does not have a shit relationship with anyone except for when what's her face took over his bond for a little bit.
Morel.
Morel.
But other than that, he has outstanding relationships with all of the main characters throughout the series, which I enjoy. As for this book in particular,
yes.
I mean, it's got to be Perrin. It's got to be Perrin.
The suspense.
To be honest with you.
Yes.
Well, I had to think about it. I had to think about all of the things happening, and I'm like, it has to be Perrin because the major thing for me in this, the major thing in this book is the battle for Emmons Field, right, for the two rivers, and it's incredible. So just like my second, like we were talking, we would pick a book. My second one, of course, is was it 6 with Demise Wells?
Yeah.
Again, because Demise Wells is such an amazing, chapter. And so, but yeah, it's got to be Perrin.
I see in the chat, by the way, that James's cats and Husbear are all watching. Hello, James's cats and Husbear. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, Travis.
I was going to say, Travis, I assume that's you, and you don't just know what's happening in James's house. So, hello, Travis.
There's a fake Travis in here.
I think one great thing about Shadow Rising in my mind, and something I'm looking forward to hopefully in season 3 of The Wheel of Time, because they're constructing Eamon's Field. Currently, they're reconstructing the set, so it's looking like maybe season 3 is going to get a Two Rivers plot, which seems to me to fit perfectly within the Shadow Rising plot. It's Perrin, and Perrin peaks, I think, early in the series. Shadow Rising is probably his peak, but then he also has some really good moments in Lord of Chaos, as you said. Yeah.
Nice.
And then from then on, he kind of just trickles away for me into kind of obscurity. So I love to see peak Perrin, because Perrin's my fictional husband. Like, I love him so much.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, even later in the books, it would be him, because I mean, that becomes his entire personality, as being somebody's husband.
I mean, he matures quicker than the other two, for sure.
Yeah,
he kind of has to.
He's kind of forced into it, right?
But he also has, I don't know, I'm not saying he has less trauma to work through than the other two.
Just different.
His drama is different.
And he has someone with him, so
an insane
strong
support
someone
system.
with him.
I'm gonna get slammed in the chat right now, but he's experiencing the drama that only a man who's married can experience.
Well, that's all for Tavern tonight.
Yeah. Hey, how do I boot him from the Discord? No.
You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Bye.
No, but in all honesty,
his
issues all stem from his relationship, or the relationships, right? Because he just can't grasp. We've discussed this before. The communication between Perrin and Fail is hideous. It's hideous for so many books.
To be fair, the communication between any of the characters is subpar.
Yes.
At best.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think theirs goes to another level, though.
I think we see more of it with Perrin and Fail. I don't necessarily know if it's worse, but we see like the intricacies and the intimacies of their marriage, so it's more prevalent. We get a little bit. Like, if Rand had just talked to people, or
at all,
just said something, said, I sad, you know what? That might have helped. That might, if there had been therapy back then, he would have benefited from it.
I agree.
It's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt. I ran.
Yeah.
I ran. I sad.
That was great. I loved them, Fael and Perrin. I don't remember hating them. I loved them.
I thought they were great.
I didn't have an issue with either one. I just think that like their communication was really weird, because she wants him to behave in a manner that he doesn't know about, right? Like she was raised, right? Where men behave a certain way. He doesn't understand that because that's not how he was raised. So it's this whole dynamic of just their relationship, where the communication I think is worse than anybody else in the series for a chunk of time, and then it finally, finally starts to snowball in a positive direction.
I feel like that's so relatable, though. Think about it. Like, if you're in a relationship and you're like, I want you to do the thing that I want you to do, and I don't want to have to tell you, right? That is so relatable. Like, if you, for example, like, well, I'm trying to come up with something that isn't like,
that won't at someone.
No. It's just like, for example, if you like to be, God, no, I can't even, like, if you have something that you like, let's just leave it there. You don't want to be like, okay, now do this. It's less good if that's what happened. But if at times it is good to say that because then in the future it will happen. But also, sorry, so that's all.
If you like to be the little spoon,
just
say you like to be the little spoon. Don't ask to be the little spoon.
Yeah.
Don't just lay there in
just
spoon
intuit
position.
that you need spooning.
Exactly.
Or don't
this is a good
just lay
direction
there
for
in
the
the
show.
spoon position and leave it to the other person to go front or back.
I think also
Sure,
that a lot of the lack of communication is not just Fail's fault, but also Perrin's, because he reads into her sense. Like, he's not using normal human words for it. He is instead being like, oh, she's jealous. She's pissed.
Right.
It's like,
she smells jealous.
Yeah. Like,
you know what? Someone can smell jealous and act like a normal human.
Yeah.
You don't get to make her arguments for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I would hate that power.
I think my problem with the Perrin Fail relationship is I like them as separate characters, but we never get to see them outside of each other. They're always together.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. Yeah. I like the version of Perrin that exists without Fael, and I like the version of Fael that exists without Perrin, but we don't get that. So
yeah, I think I like Fael the best when we see her separate from Perrin, and like maybe people are gonna make fun of me for this, but in the Shido arc, like she thrives, she's a leader, she's strong, she's smart, and it's like, yeah, Fael, like I'm loving this.
Yeah,
and she makes it bearable.
She
makes the Shido arc bearable because I'm like, okay, well, she gets it.
Yeah, she gets it.
Yeah,
I hate the Shido arc, but you're 100%. I love Fael's character. I love how she is represented, and that is the only time they are apart. You are correct when she gets captured, which is, thinking back, I didn't even think about that. It's like, yeah, they're always together, except for that one.
And while they're apart, Perrin is like, must get wife.
I am a married man. Where is my wife?
Where's wife? I can't smell her jealousy. I must follow her jealous scent. And Fael's like leading a revolution among the Shido, and I'm just saying, there's two types of people in the world.
Yes,
they balance each other really well.
I can't wait for show Fael, Kevin. That's such a good point. It's gonna be amazing. Dana Luhuz, I think some people prefer Fael in Malden. Yeah, Fael is Malden.
That's part of the Shido.
That's where the Shido camp is. Yeah.
That's where the Shido camp is.
Yeah. She's great in that. I love it. We're not even taught like this. What are we talking about? This isn't the best. Like that was like Winter's Heart or something. Like what are we talking about?
We're way off. We're way off books, but we started talking about the relationship and
Look, it's a natural evolution of a conversation.
Just let it happen.
Things work.
Just let it happen.
And yes, Fael in the last battle also, like that she like her arc was so satisfying because like she started as a hunter for the Horn. Well, technically, before we met her, she started as like a noble, daughter.
I mean,
and then she was a hunter, and then she ended up getting the Horn. Like, how cool is that?
I mean, her name was also Mandarb, so
it's so good.
I think that's probably one of my favorite like dumb jokes in the Wheel of Time. Yes. When she's like, "I'm Mandarb," it means blade, and everyone else is like, "You know that horse, Mandarb."
So good, such good writing. I love that.
Oh my god, incredible.
My face hurts while laughing.
A Memory of Light and the final, in the last battle, I think almost everyone had a fuck yeah moment, which was incredible. Perrin with Lanfear, Land. You had was it Land? Although we know well. Okay,
Yeah, I love
now
that
that we
face,
know
James.
what really happened, it's a little bit different. But when you first read it,
You're
it was
like,
fuck
yeah,
Perrin.
we got her.
Yeah.
Now it's like, Perrin.
Now it's
You
just Perrin
got
being
her.
played for a fool.
Yeah.
That's all I went back and read that passage and I was like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're pretty dumb.
Yeah. there was one thing that really made my heart just skip with joy, and that was the fall of Gawain.
Yeah.
Oh.
It should have happened. It should have happened way fucking sooner. But it is what it is.
All good.
Fucking Gawain. All right, so we talked about Shadow Rising. It's a good choice. It is the people's choice.
People's choice,
according
Here's
to the
other one.
poll, for sure. Although technically, the Fires of Heaven had a higher percentage, but it only had 131 votes, or like there were only 131 votes in the poll, so
okay.
it doesn't count.
We're
Shadow
doing
Rising.
math now. Cool,
Shadow
cool,
Rising
cool.
easily got the most votes on Twitter, so I'll pull it up one more time so you can see it. It's
So
it's
we have
great.
the people's favorite versus the book that everyone's read the most.
Versus
You can noodle for the wheel, yeah.
versus the one that Winespring and I both selected. So
We chose the same book.
We chose the same book, and like that makes, I think, for a more authentic. It's not like we were like, oh, you pick that, I'll pick something else because I want whatever. No, this is the best book. By God,
It
and we're
is.
allowed to both pick it as such. So, Winespring, do you want to go ahead and announce it?
Yeah, The Gathering Storm.
The Gathering Storm.
The Gathering Storm. It's so good.
So good. I love it.
Eh.
I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh, I am not going to be because it's definitely top 3 for me.
It is a good book.
Yeah.
It is a good book. But in the spirit of tonight's competition, because Kritter made it a competition,
I did
I'm gonna
not.
say meh.
I mean,
did.
I did
You
just
literally
say
said
it's
it.
the best.
You
I
did.
did just say it's the best. But okay, so I'm steamrolling you. All I want to say before Winespring talks, and then I'll take over after Winespring is finished, or I'll just piggyback off her because that's what I always do. This is Egwene's book. This is her swan
Yes.
song. This is her moment. She is the goddess of the Gathering Storm, and I think for probably a lot of people, not myself because I already loved her, but this is where she went from meh or just okay to like holy forking shirt balls. This girl slays. And that's
Yes.
and so that's where we're gonna begin. That's the groundwork that we're laying for Gathering Storm, and Winespring, you can take it from there.
Yeah, I love all the character building we see with Egwene and like what she has to endure and just show how mighty she is, like mentally and physically, and everything she, goes through. And when I was deciding my book, I was trying to figure out which one scene like that I remember reading really stuck with me and like moved me deeply. And it's that moment where the fork root wears off and she has all of the novices with her, and she defeats the Sanchin, and like she's acknowledged a little bit, as the true Emerillin by people in the tower. And there's just this moment of just glory, like for her, like after everything she had gone through. And I just remember chills, and I was like, yeah, like that one moment, like that you have to earn, getting to know her character all the way up to that point just makes me love this book.
That moment in particular, like when I read it, I think the last time I read it, I was laying in bed because I let Michael and Kate read me to sleep every night when I'm doing my rereads, and then I rewind so I don't miss anything. You know what I mean? But
That's cute.
I know, but I could not. I usually set a timer, and this time I like set the timer, and then I was still awake, and then I reset the timer, and then I was still awake whenever it faded away because I was just so into it. And then that moment happened, and I literally was like laughing and weeping to myself because of how relieved I was that finally she was like able to do something other than just play mind games with the Aes Sedai and own Elida with words. But it's just like I was so happy and proud of her. There were so many moments, and I was just like, yes, this is. So I think there are only a few moments in the Wheel of Time where I literally will like cry and weep, like Gathering Storm has like 2 or which is like, and that doesn't happen that often for me.
I wonder if your second one is the same as mine.
Okay,
so my second moment is with Varen.
Yeah. Yes.
When
yes.
Varen goes and just tells her everything. Like, that is like an epic Wheel of Time moment.
Your
Like,
soul is pure white, or whatever it is that she says. She's like, I know you're not black. Like, your soul is pure white. And I'm just
Oh
like,
my gosh.
oh my god.
I'm gonna cry right now.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
It's-
see, they're trying to pull. I see what you all are
No. And if you're saying that we're trying to pull the emotional card on you, we're not. That's just how
No, you're not.
emotion.
It's
The
a great
book.
book.
That's what the book is. It's just
Like,
emotion.
that's why you read.
Yeah.
You
doing.
want
We know how
to
chat
feel
works
emotions.
here. We know how chat works here.
You want to feel. Okay, so Jessica Sadai says, "Oh my god, the Elida soup scene! Truly laughing and
Yes.
yelling at my book." Yes, she lays the hammer down on Elida. So there's some like, I would call you a dark friend, but I imagine the
Right.
dark one would be embarrassed to associate with you. It's a paraphrase, but like burn, sick burn.
paraphrase.
She nailed it. I mean, I was like a couple words off. I know it wasn't perfect.
Close enough. Close enough.
Close enough. So there was that. Yeah, we haven't even talked about any of the other characters. We're just talking about Egwene, basically, because Egwene was in the Varen scene, too.
But there weren't a lot of other perspectives. I mean, we got some
I-
Rand.
I was
You
gonna
know,
say you
mostly
got
Egwene.
Egwene.
No, I'm
You
sorry.
got Egwene
Tavern.
and Varen.
Are you aware that the chapter Veins of Gold is in the Gathering Storm?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. So Rand
I mean-
has...
Yeah, the WOT fandom has a statistical analysis for every book at the bottom of it. And Egwene has 21.08% of the POV chapters based on word count. And then it goes to Rand with 14.91%.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
book?
So for
Yeah.
The whole
that's the
series.
Gathering Storm.
Like,
That's
we
the
get a
Gathering
little
Storm.
bit of
Yeah.
Nynaeve, I think, too, but
And Matt.
Yeah.
And
and a little
Matt.
bit of
yeah,
Matt.
Matt's got a fabulous chapter, an iconic chapter, one that you will never forget once you've read it, the Hinderstap chapter.
That's right. I totally forgot that was in this book,
reset
so you
button,
reminded me.
like murder
I
frenzy. Yeah. So it's like
I did not forget.
it's Matt trying his luck, trying to get his supplies, all this other stuff, and then all hell breaks loose overnight. And that scene is so chaotic.
It's kind of crazy.
I don't know if you knew this, but if you go to winespringcafe.com, there's a whole recipe for this town that's absolutely delicious.
What is it? What's the recipe?
It's chicken drumstick recipe, and it's like spicy and sweet. It's so good. It'll stain your face up in the perfect way.
Sounds
It's awesome.
amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
What? It'll whoop your face?
Stain.
Stain it from all the sauce.
The
Oh,
sauce.
stain it. Okay, I was like, what?
So speaking of Rand, we get, Iron Rand, we get Quendiar Rand, we get Drama King Rand, who, first of all, near the beginning, almost kills Min against his will. That also happened in this book.
That's right.
And then he
right.
decides to completely shut down, and Min is really
Yes.
questioning everything. And
Now he's
Min
almost
says,
shutting down
maybe-
because he. Sorry, go
Maybe
ahead.
I made Min is like, maybe I did make a mistake.
Maybe those were red flags.
I'm not sure about that.
Red flags.
And was Natchen's
like-
Barrow in this? Was that part of Quendiar Rand? Like, part of me thinks
don't
it was.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so. Okay, I'm really curious.
But this is the book where Rand almost kills his dad.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and that
Like,
wasn't
was huge.
him being compelled.
Yeah. then
Yes.
he, like,
Yeah,
runs
Gathering
off the
Storm had
dragon
Natchen's
now,
Barrow
right?
too.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow. See, come on, guys.
Huh.
Eh.
I mean, we showed respect to your book, Tavern.
yeah,
Step up.
lots of drama.
I'm showing respect. I didn't say anything bad.
When
Said it
was
was a good
Rand
book.
not the drama? Says I was trying
I was
to
about
pin
to say, Drama Rand is just, you're talking about like half the series. Really.
I love it. I love it in a male character like him. I think it's great.
Yeah. Let's Nimhi Thrill in the Twitch chat says when was Rand not the drama?
True. He's
So-
completely
And we
correct.
got Rand finding Grendel, right?
Mhm.
And
Uh-huh.
going to her palace, and we get that whole
Male
scene
firing the
of-
whole damn scene.
I mean,
Not even getting her.
but still, it was kind of badass.
And everyone else is like,
It was badass, yet also horrifying.
Terrifying.
a bit of a
Yeah.
war
Terrifying.
crime.
To me, yeah, I'm
but-
like, to me, that was kind of up there with like it was the oh shit of Dumais Wells.
Yep.
Like
Oh
it was,
man, so deep.
it's
deep shit.
it was. Okay, I know these characters aren't real, but are you guys okay? Are you okay?
Damn.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Demise Wells was another transformation for Rand. When he came out of that, he was
Oh man.
yeah,
Something
Yeah,
else.
that
He was like, wait,
I was
don't-
transformed.
It was like, wait a minute. That whole thing about don't kill women. Maybe I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
He was-
I don't know if
just
that was the
blowing shit
lesson
up.
so much as it was
I don't know if it's the lesson. No, I'm just saying.
protect yourself and don't get
Yeah.
in a box, because I think the
No.
box was the most formative part for Rand
Don't
of
get in a
that.
box.
It was.
Yeah.
But, I mean, before
Boxes are
Demise
bad.
Wells, he went out of his way not to harm women.
I feel like he still did.
Once
I
he
don't think
busted
him.
out from the box. He held back a little bit. He wasn't as protective of women as he was before that. Sure,
I
because he was
guess.
stealing them left and right.
Yeah. I want to say this before I lose it in the chat because it made me laugh. Luke, Ice Jedi, says they can't see your red flags if you're wearing a red coat.
That's that Deadpool logic right there.
It's true. It's true.
I didn't wear my brown pants.
A wow, random note. When he started thinking outside the box, he indeed did.
Oh,
He did.
man.
Come
It's true,
on.
guys.
We missed my pirate joke earlier. It was great.
It was great. I'm out.
Yeah. What's the joke? You can't just say that. What's the joke?
Oh, the pirate joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it early. Oh, okay. I'll tell them.
Everybody else didn't.
Why is a pirate called a pirate? Wait for a question mark in the chat.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
The drama.
It's a long time.
Because they are.
Arrgh.
Nice. Did we get Bile Doman and Bale Doman in this? Now that we're talking about it, I don't even know.
You say bile dome?
I did. I can't not say it. It's just in my head how I say it, so don't make fun of me.
Say
Okay.
fail and you give me crap every time.
Well, it's because it's obviously not fail. There's an E at the end of it.
She said, obviously.
Okay. I'm not gonna get into English.
Okay.
It's literally spelled fail.
With an E at the end of it.
With an E.
Silent E. Or are
Like
you trying to
she's
say it
saying.
would be filet? Something like that. Filet, no.
It's fancy.
I say
It's
fail.
Fail.
Target.
We are off topic.
Or so off.
Yeah.
Gathering Storm is my one hesitation in picking it as my favorite Wheel of Time book is because I know in my heart of hearts that Brandon Sanderson was able to do what he did with this book because of Robert Jordan and like all the work and all the character building and all the world building that happened before it. But I just kind of like have this like little twinge of sadness that, you know, Robert Jordan, not little, huge, massive amount of sadness that Robert Jordan couldn't do it himself. Right. And so it's just kind of like, you know, I love everything before it. And the fact that it wouldn't have been possible without Robert Jordan, but like Brandon Sanderson was the main author of it. And it's just kind of like man, I wish my favorite book was only written by Robert Jordan, but I guess we can't turn back time. Sorry, I'm getting kind of sad. But it's just like that's my one drawback to The Gathering Storm because it absolutely slays on so many metrics. The emotional highs are insanely high. A lot of several of the characters, Rand and Egwene especially, the two what I think are like parallel
Right.
pillars of the series are both having major moments and yeah, so that's it's just great. I love Gathering Storm.
I think, to that point, I think it's where you start to see that coalesce because looking back at the series as a whole, it does very much feel like Rand and Egwene are the main characters. Their stories parallel each other so much.
Yes.
And this is where that starts to coalesce and become a little bit more real. So
Yeah.
I give you props. It's a very, very good choice.
Nice.
Thanks.
Not better than our
Thank
choices,
you.
but it's a good choice.
I mean, they're all great. It's all one story.
They're all great.
That's
Choice
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They all have their pros and cons. Rand
You
is
can see
a
the merit in
full
every single choice.
war criminal.
Rand
in
is
this
often
one.
the pro and the con.
Simultaneously.
Yeah, to himself most of the time, but yes.
Oh, not to mention we got the payoff, I guess. I believe at the end of The Gathering Storm, Egwene takes Varen's book, the Great Book, and lays the hammer down on the Black
Like
Aja.
purges the tower.
Yeah.
She has everybody like
Retake the oath.
re-swears.
Swear, yep.
Yes. Yeah, and like 50 people or 50 were found or 20 were found in the Black Aja or something
It
like
was
that.
a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
What a
It
baller.
was. I did enjoy the Shiram reveal there.
Mhm.
That was really,
Ooh, yes.
Yep.
it was,
God, I almost forgot about that.
yeah, it was a very good reveal.
It was.
I
will
recently
say-
read it. That was, yeah.
There were a lot of reveals that were amazing because you never expected, because there was never, the way the characters were written was so freaking good, and they just played along with everything, and all of a sudden, what happened? That was pretty amazing. I will give that. I do like that book, just like I like Eye of the World. I mean, what's not to like about Eye of the World? And somebody just jumped in here.
Somebody just jumped in.
It was Tom from Dragonmount, just made a quick
Saw
appearance
that.
into our stream room and then left.
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
Just want to pop in and say hey.
He just thought he'd jump in here. It's hilarious.
Hey, Tom.
And we have Swan, Gawain, and Gareth coming in and rescuing Egwene too, right as she's starting to gain respect from everybody, and she was like pissed at them for being rescued.
Yeah.
She said,
Yeah.
"Who do you think you are?"
Yeah.
First, who the do you think you are?
She's like,
I
bow
got this.
down.
I got this. Put me back.
Great. Put me back and put me back.
She earned it, man. That book was full of her earning that. I mean, yeah.
No, I think it is a very. So not before we get. I'm not leading this, but before we get to like the deciding, are there any books that we didn't mention that are some very strong contenders, and why?
For me, it's A Memory of Light. That's another one that makes me cry a lot.
Yes.
There's so many scenes. I feel like Sanderson tied it all together so well. It's the last. It's Robert Jordan's last word. Because he wrote the last part, the pipe. And gosh, like the horn comes into play. Like Egwene's end is just like devastating and incredible. The Demandred and Lan is just epic. Matt and everything he's doing is incredible. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. So I'd say of the books that haven't been mentioned yet, that one is really, really high on my list.
Yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
I have a
Memory of Light, a lot of
storyline.
closure. Lots of
You'll have
closure.
to help me
in
remember
that.
which book it is, you
Okay.
guys. Okay. So it's the one with Nynaeve and Lan, and she's writing and trying to find people for him, like
Yeah.
I love
Hours
that.
of Midnight.
Will he
No,
ride
Knife
alone?
of Dream.
Yeah, the Will He Ride Alone moment.
Yeah, Will He Ride Alone moment.
I
That's
got
toward
you.
the end. That's
I feel like that was some pretty epic
I think
night
it's
there.
Knife of Dreams.
Knife of Dreams. Yeah.
Knife of Dreams? Okay.
Wow,
So I think
that
Knife
really-
of Dreams is a good one.
Yeah.
Knife of Dreams is very, very good.
Egwene breaks one of the Forsaken's brain in the World of Dreams in that one, I believe. So that's a fun one to watch.
Yeah, I love the World of Dreams and the Wolf Dream, and when they start meeting up, and I mean, yeah.
And is that the It's Only a Weave also? It's got to be, because that's whenever Perrin encounters Egwene, and she's like, oh shit,
Right.
you're a dreamer too.
Yes. Oh man, such a good moment.
Such a good moment. Kevin Mundweiler, we did talk about Lord of Chaos. That was Lord of Chaos is Tavern's number 2. Because the end, I mean, presumably the end is just insanely. It's a lot.
the Demise Wells, the whole leading up to it, and the whole plot that they had to do to snag Rand was pretty ingenious. It was right under the noses. They didn't freaking see it. They had enough Aes Sedai there. They should have figured that out, and they didn't. And they just freaking came in and just snagged them, just like that. Done.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
Facts. Let's see.
Yeah, I think I don't know. My favorite moment in the entire series is from most people's least favorite book,
Oh, the
which
cleansing.
is Winter's
Sorry.
Heart. Yeah. No, it is. It's
Cleansing's amazing.
best. I think it's the best sequence in all of the entire series. In the worst book in the entire series.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. It's not the strongest. But no, I think Lord of Chaos is really a good, strong contender, and then also A Crown of Swords, just because that's when Nynaeve loses her block.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I love
So
that moment.
good.
That is.
Yes,
Crown of
good
Swords.
one.
Crown of Swords is where correct me. Is that where they're having he's having all the battles with the Shanshin in the mountains and stuff?
Matt? Oh, whenever they're like.
Oh no, Rand.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Rand's popping up gateways and removing troops. because the Shanshin are back. Can't remember if that was
Yeah,
Path
that's no. That well, it's Rand.
of, Crown of Swords or Path of Daggers.
I'm not sure.
Somebody in the chat will know.
Crown of Swords is where that Samael dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's Ilion, right?
yeah, that's where he becomes King of Ilion.
Someone in chat, help us out.
Yeah, okay.
They're saying Path of Daggers is where.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom from Dragonmount says I may be biased, but I really love the prologue to A Memory of Light. Because you're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love it too. Great Hunt is a really fun one. It's a romp.
Yes.
I think Dragon
I just
Reborn
finished
is.
that one recently.
Oh really?
Yeah,
really.
so
What did you say?
Great Hunt is what Kevin.
Yeah,
in
Great
chat
Hunt's
said.
good.
They're all good books.
They're all good books. It's
They
hard
really
to
are.
get past.
That's why we're here, because they're so good.
my slogger or like the bottom, and that's the Shido thing for me. It takes forever to get through it because I think it was just so long. I was like, I'm done reading about the fucking Shido at this point. It was just long.
I
Drawn
never
out.
heard about this slog
Yeah.
until I joined Twitter of Time. I read the books, loved them all, just didn't have anyone to talk to about it. Had no idea there was this slog out
Well,
there.
by slog, I mean it slows me down somewhat because I'm like, oh, I want to get through this. You would think I would speed up, but it's like, but I still get through it. I mean, it's
I
not
just
hard.
don't have them.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like with any series, there's going to be some plot points that you don't care for. Like, for me, yeah, I skip a lot of parent chapters just because I don't like. I'm so Winespring's face.
She about lost it.
I like early
I
Perrin.
love
I read
Perrin.
early Perrin chapters. But I do skip a lot of late Perrin chapters now.
Mm.
If I
kinda
remember
droll,
that I've
yeah.
skipped a lot of them, then I'm like, okay, now it's time to reacquaint yourself with them and realize and remember why you feel this way. Or maybe your opinion changed.
No, James,
Yeah, you can change over the years. That's very true.
What just
I
happened?
feel you. I'm the same way about any Val and Luca chapters.
Oh, they're
will
so
read them.
fun.
But I'm
The
not a
Helen
fan
Luca
of them.
chapters are. There are parts of them that aren't. Yeah.
All right,
It
I'm
can be
making,
I'm not a huge fan, but
I'm making a poll right now. If you're wondering why I keep turning around, I don't like. I am notoriously bad.
Oh, I just assumed you weren't listening.
No,
either that
Look
or
at her, gosh.
I'm so.
you're always prepared, so you're keep looking around in case looking for a attack.
I'm trying to make a poll. Tom on Twitch just got subscribed on Prime. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I appreciate you. Okay, and then Winespring. I forgot to add that too. I just want to see what chat thinks. And let's see. We're going to start this poll.
We're doing the votes. Shoot, I forgot how to vote.
You do like vote exclamation point and then a number? Is that right? No,
Okay.
exclamation point. Vote.
Exclamation point, vote, and
Okay.
then the number.
Exclamation point, vote, space, number, I believe.
Space number.
And the numbers,
You started with Eye of the World, so that's
which
good.
is 0. So the Eye of the
Which is
World
zero.
is
Don't
forget
zero. I know it's confused. I
Working-
should have put a placeholder at zero.
We're working with binary.
I should have
get
done
it.
Winespring as 0, but you know what? We can't all be perfect. So whatever.
Oh, you are perfect.
Ah, Winespring, thanks. So everybody in
Hair's
the
always
chat.
perfect too. I agree.
What's always
11.
I missed that.
Said your hair is always perfect
Aw,
too.
thanks.
It's true.
It's
It's true.
easy to cover up.
It's on point like every time. So look at all those threes
And the
popping up in
lipstick.
chat.
I mean,
Big fan.
fine. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, we don't care about anonymity here, Jessica.
So mine is 11.
Oh, I
That is
know.
so
Zero.
Yeah,
Zero's
I'm
good.
like, I had to
Zero's a
do
good
the
one.
math on mine. I was like, wait, no. 1 minus 1. Got it.
Okay, mine counted. Perfect. You voted
Again,
wrong.
delusions are good.
I don't think you can vote
No,
twice.
delusions.
Oh no, what did she? Oh, you voted for the wrong thing. Okay, I thought she just voted wrong. All right.
Okay. Well, this is encouraging that the poll seems to be working. So when I do the giveaway, it'll work too. We haven't yet given away stickers.
Jessica said the square root of what? That's pretty good.
That's
Nice.
Just point.
I know. I should have done, like, I forgot. I always forget. I don't do this very often. I just downloaded this chatbot like a few months ago, and I've only used it a few times. So I forgot that it started with 0. I'm sure there's something I could do.
Like unvote.
You can just do ignore as option 1.
Delusions.
Or 0.
What is your vote then? If not whatever it was you voted
5,
for.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Probably
Fires
6.
of Heaven? Was it like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what you meant to vote for.
I don't know what she was trying to vote for.
Math. Okay, it's
Fires of Heaven.
exciting time.
Fires of Heaven is also. We didn't actually mention Fires of Heaven as one of our.
That's a good book too.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they're all really good. It's just
I'm trying to remember what happens in Fires of Heaven. I remember before I joined Twitter of Time, I was tweeting on my normal account, and I was complaining about how Fires of Heaven was a lot of traveling, like a lot of going from place to place.
A lot of wagons.
A lot of wagoning,
Yes.
and so I can't. I don't know.
yeah.
So much
Lucian
wagon.
says it is Fires of Heaven.
Yeah, Fires of Heaven has the Moraine thing. That's most of what I remember.
Right. That's a big moment. And Lanfear going absolutely berserk.
Who is Avienda?
Yeah. Who is Avienda?
That was like a chill-inducing
I
moment.
know.
Yeah.
That did cheat on me with someone and her name is Avienda?
Where is
What
that
a dumb
bitch?
name.
All right, we're how many
I
votes
love
do we
Lanfear.
have so far?
Lanfear is the best.
She's
I was
something.
Yeah,
gonna say if
I
my
love her in
book
all the
wins-
early books when we don't know that
my
it's her
book
yet.
wins, I will show off a piece of the tattoo.
Oh wow! So who's going for bribes now? You say we're going for the emotional vote. Now you're literally bribing.
Listen, I'm
Jeez.
going
Get
with
'em, Kritter.
whatever works.
Get him, Kritter.
Okay, Delusion says Carian. Oh, sorry. That was just me making a lot of realizations at once. Okay. Carian's pretty great. Like Matt off screen killing Couladin, like trying to leave but incapable.
Yeah.
Moraine on the docks, obviously.
That's hilarious.
Fucking up Raven.
Matt-
Yeah, okay. Good. That's good stuff.
Matt's trying to escape, but he keeps ending up in battles and building his army more and more.
Oh,
It's just
so good.
hilarious.
It's
That's
such a
just
good
so
read.
funny.
It is.
Oh my god, Dan.
That is
God
such
damn it.
enjoyable reading, yeah. Danaluhu says, no one ever asks, how is Avienda?
That's
good.
All right, I'm going to close the poll in like 30 seconds. So if you haven't voted yet, exclamation, I don't even remember the rules. Vote, exclamation vote, space, the number associated with your thing, and the numbers are messed up, so make sure you look at the key.
Yeah, if you know your number of the book, it is -1.
-1.
Yes.
Right.
Starting at 0. So, but except
We'll
New
to
Spring is
keep
at the
things
end.
easy.
Except, New Spring could have been 0, Critter.
I know. I forgot that
yes.
0 was a thing. I forgot that they did it. I'll never forget now because of how obvious it would have been to have it work out.
Till the
this
next
time.
poll.
Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds. I'm gonna stop it. Boop.
What do we got? What do we got?
Do I want to notify the chat? Yeah, I do.
Fine. Yeah, tell us.
You can no longer
All
vote on
close.
anything.
Ow!
TSR1 with 4 votes.
Shadow Rising.
All right. All right.
Fires of Heaven had 3. Strong showing. Let's see. Where-
Actually, wait, shouldn't Fires of Heaven technically won then? Because that's what Delusions accidentally voted for the Shadow Rising.
We have to go by the poll.
Oh, is that right?
James is right.
Right
I
up.
think James is right.
No.
Gathering Storm has 2 votes. Winespring, you voted, didn't you? Was that just us 2?
I did.
It's just us
That's us
2.
too.
Hey, it's
I
okay.
voted mine.
Our
Yeah,
votes matter.
Eye of the World's
Eye of
got
the World
2
has one.
votes.
Oh,
Two?
2,
I think
yay.
I
saw- yeah,
Thank
I saw a
you.
couple.
Let me scroll
Yeah.
back up and see who,
Let me, I'll read it out.
the Meme Reborn. Thank you,
Aw.
the Meme Reborn.
Oh, thanks, babe. Good job. Good vote.
Jessica said I propose to rename the Agni bot to Critter's nemesis. Honestly, sometimes Agni, he's got a dark side. He'll wake me up in the middle of the night, so that it works. It still
Aw.
works.
God is the best
How does
name
he
ever,
wake
though.
you up?
Well, if I ever accidentally roll onto my back, because I'm usually a side sleeper, he will take that moment to lay immediately on my chest, and then like have his face right in my face, and then he'll meow to announce his presence, as if I didn't know he was laying directly on my chest.
That's lovely.
I mean, it's great.
That.
I wouldn't change it, but I'm also tired sometimes, you know? Okay, so I'm going to read the results. Eye of the World got 2 votes. The Great Hunt got 1. Shadow Rising got 4, except for that it was kind of wrong.
No, it is 4. No, it is
Oh.
4 because Delusions voted for 5,
Okay.
which was actually Lord of Chaos.
Oh, so Shadow
So
Rising
Jack's one, yes.
and Fires of Heaven were tied for first with 4 votes apiece. Lord of Chaos can suck it because that was a lie. And it has 0, actually, because that was the only vote
A
for
0.
it. Yeah. Knife of Dreams had 1. Gathering Storm, Winespring and I at 2. Towers of Midnight also got 2. So, and none for Memory of Light. That surprises me because that book is lit.
Tie goes to the host, is all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I want you to show the tattoo, so I'm gonna like
All right.
agree with you
Yes.
temporarily.
Sure.
Right, I will do a
Cat
part.
time.
All right, I'm going to do a part. Ready?
Yeah.
Here is the Shadar Lagoth dagger part of
Okay.
the sleeve.
Oh, it's actually clearing up good because you're a little blurry, but you
that's
can kind of
cool.
see it. It's pretty cool. I
That's
love
cool.
it.
Very
Will
nice.
eventually have a purple glow around it.
Oh,
That's,
nice.
That's cool. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you all to talk about the results while I start a giveaway. Okay.
Okay.
So as we as hosts, can we also get in the running for these
Sure.
stickers?
Yeah. I won't enter, but you can enter. Oh, I already prepared this. Open giveaway.
I'm so selfish.
Winesman's like, I want stickers.
I love stickers.
Sticker.
So this giveaway, exclamation raffle, no spaces. The person who wins this will have their pick of one of the Daddy Ibara,
Nice.
Big Dragon Energy, Bitches Get Shit Done. Where am I?
Oh my
Where am I?
gosh.
I'm backwards. Feeling Lucky Punk. And if you are a Lord of the Rings person, Suck It Feanor.
Oh my. What? Suck it. Hi. What do I
James
get for
is
being a
jumping in.
ghost? What do I get for being a guest here?
Oh,
What do I get for being
I'll
featured?
send you one of these if you want to Suck It Feanor.
I
You kidding me?
want to suck at Feanor.
I'll give it to you
Suck
at
it, Feanor.
JordanCon. I'll bring it to JordanCon for you.
Perfect.
Oh my god, Jordan Con's
dude,
gonna be so
these-
fun.
As a guest gift. Okay,
Oh,
I'm getting entries,
amazing.
guys. Don't forget. You're gonna have to
I
give me.
totally entered.
You will either have to give me your
Wait.
address, or I will give it to you
Meme?
if you'll be at JordanCon. So you can decide.
Meme. Yeah, thank you, Meme, for correcting that. 'Cause I was like, what did Meme just do? It's an exclamation point. Raffle, no spaces. He actually wrote no spaces.
No spaces.
Jessica, you can enter. Although you already have a sticker actually, but you can enter again. You can pick something that is not bitches get shit done. And if you win, you know. Okay.
Gotta
so,
go fist a puppet for a couple hours. What?
Oh yeah.
Hell?
All right. We're gonna.
It's a bit much.
It's true. It's nothing.
He's
nothing
not lying,
but
I know, but
facts.
it's just it took me by surprise.
Jessica has a good point in chat. Let us know if you're gonna go to JordanCon or not.
yeah.
I might
Jane,
show up.
yeah,
I might show
maybe.
Put a one in
I mean,
chat.
I get-
Yeah, but one it just sticks out more.
It's
I think,
me.
because you start typing, it just looks like sentences.
Me. I'm so excited about my new.
Yeah.
Can't go. I'm
emojis.
sad.
Well, there's always WatchCon.
I'm gonna be at WalkOn, but I
Oh,
want to go
gonna
to
be at
JordanCon, 'cause I
WalkCon
haven't been to
too.
JordanCon.
Yeah, you'll get.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
can
there's
this year.
still time,
It's
Tavern.
amazing.
No, there's not.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're doing
No, the
something else.
finance
That's right.
department has put a kibosh on anything else
Happens,
due to all
yes.
the spending.
Kritter, you should talk a little bit about what panel you're going to be on Friday.
Yes, that's only
Kritter, what are you
one.
doing?
Well,
A panel that's
she's
not really a
doing.
panel.
Yeah, no, let me say it, Tavern. Are you trying to sleep?
Oh no, I was just saying you were doing the raffle. That's why we were all talking, but you're back, so you're good.
Oh, well, the raffle's ongoing.
raffle.
Don't forget to hashtag exclamation point raffle. I'll end it here in like a minute, but I will I will say that at JordanCon on Friday afternoon, I will be prosecuting that bitch Elida as Moraine Damodred in my new Moraine cosplay. It's gonna be pretty fabulous. Could we say, have we gotten confirmation about who the judge will be?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so, Maria Simons.
Yeah, Maria Simons.
Maria Simons is our judge.
All
Gonna wear a white rig.
right.
She will be doing Cad Suane cosplay.
Cat Swain
Oh, that's
All
cosplay.
even better.
right.
That's even better.
Yep.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
And I've got my charges at least thought up, and in my mind I'm working through, you know, like the evidence and the witnesses I'd like to call. It's gonna be a hella fun time.
You say who you're up against.
I am up against Wheel of Cussin.
Yeah.
If you're familiar.
Nice.
Yes. Another an Elida apologist for some reason, so I hope.
Yeah, some of the I'm reading the doc, like the planning doc beforehand. I'm just like, this is gonna be the best thing I've ever seen.
Yes. I want
I
to be fangirling in the audience like hard.
I'm gonna. I
You've
need
seen her.
heckling.
You've seen her defense from WatCon of the, well, not the defense, but
No.
the whole thing with
I have not.
Gowan. If it's anything like that, it's going to be outstanding.
Oh no, it's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait. It's gonna be really, 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 really fun. I'm on several other panels, but that one I will admit is the one that I'm most excited for.
I just need a list of all the panels, so then I know what I'm gonna be doing all of
Okay, great.
I mean, the schedule is up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I need to go look at that. Thank you.
All right.
You know what? I think I can get a virtual ticket.
You can.
Yeah.
You
Watch
sure
the panels.
can. All right. I'm gonna pick.
I think I will do that.
I'm gonna pick winner number one while we're at it, so I can, because I said, oh my gosh, the meme reborn. The meme reborn. You
The
got.
other person that agrees that the Eye of the World is the best.
Yeah, I'm
You
so
deserve
the best.
Winespring's happy because that means she's getting stickers.
He's gonna share with me.
All right, meme. Which
Share, meme,
one
share.
do you want? You get. I assume you don't want the Suck It Feanor one, but if you do, then then those are both spoken
No,
for.
that's a good
Man,
one.
more power, whatever.
I'd say that's
Bitches
one
get
of the
you
better
done.
ones.
Feeling lucky, punk, big dragon energy, and Daddy Ibara. So let me know.
Ooh, it's either bitches or daddy. That's all I'm saying, babe.
All right.
One or the other.
Oh yeah, Jessica just asked about virtual offerings for JordanCon. I don't think we're doing a virtual ticket, but we are doing like we're live streaming some of the panels. I think the Trial of Elida is definitely going to be there. Not my department. Hashtag not my department.
Wait, we don't have to pay to see those, or we do have to
No.
pay to see those?
No, we don't have a virtual like.
Nice.
It's not
That's
fully
really
up
cool.
and running, so it's just they're just all going to be on YouTube. Like all the
Perfect.
ones that we
Right.
record will just be up on YouTube.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
Like it.
All right.
Smart.
Okay, meme has chosen Daddy. So
Yes.
one of the Daddy Ibara stickers is gone. Thank you. I'm gonna start another giveaway. We're gonna give away one more. And I'm clearing everything. Open giveaway. Uno mas. You have to re-enter. So listen to Ognibot. Exclamation point raffle. No spaces. And we'll see who wins the second one.
So I have questions about JordanCon.
Yeah.
Let's do
I've
it.
never
I will
been
do
there,
my best
so-
to answer.
so-
Again, I am in a very small part of it, but yes, I will do my best.
Come on, King J-Con, give us answers.
No, I mean, I've never been, right? So, what are the things are there to do at
So
JordanCon?
I will. So JordanCon started out as just like the Robert Jordan convention, but it's grown into a pretty big science fiction and fantasy convention. There are different tracks. We have. Wait, no, I'm gonna pull up the schedule so I don't miss any, because if I do, then they're gonna get mad. They're gonna get mad.
While he
Why-
does that,
why
I'll
you-
talk about the writer's track.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first year I went, I met this really young girl, and she had written out, this story, and she was having people read it and having to present it to people. I mean, it was really cool. Like,
It's awesome.
Yeah.
just the access you're giving these young writers.
All right, so we have. Okay, there we are. Art and artists. Charity. Oh no, that's separate. Fantasy has its own track. Main programming, which is kind of where all the big deal stuff goes, and also like the general attraction type things. Makers, which is kind of like workshops. Sanderson has its own track. Science fiction has its own track. Wheel of Time, and then also writers. So throughout the weekend, there are hundreds of panels going on across all of those. I think each track has enough for 17 spaces, so 17 times
Huge.
however many I just listed.
Wow.
Huge. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be on
it
the
is-
Sanderson track. I've got 4 Wheel of Time panels, but I'm also in one Sanderson panel. I get to
Which one?
I get to talk about Tress, so I'm rereading Tress right now, so I can like
Yes!
remember everything that happens.
Nice.
So I'm really excited about that too.
Yay!
I feel like I talk about the Cosmere and stuff, and I'm a big Cosmere person. I've read
Yes.
almost all of it, and I love it. And now I feel like a more elevated fan because now I get to be on a panel. So pretty excited about it.
I'm just gonna be your fangirl all weekend.
I love that. Like I'm a groupie. Not really. No, that's not the
Yes.
right word. I want to not a sidekick. I want somebody who's on my level, but with me all the time. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Chief of
I'm
staff.
not gonna lie.
You be my chief of staff.
Yeah, that's me. That makes so much
Winespring,
sense.
I'm not gonna lie. At WotCon, everything that Kritter was on, I just sat there and I just took pictures the whole time.
Yes, you have to.
And then I would photo dump stuff to her so that she could
Yes.
post stuff later. Because it was just
Perfect.
cool just watching the panels
Uh-huh.
that she was on.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
so
That was
proud of
pretty
you, Critter. It's so cool.
Thank you.
She's our
You
star.
earned it. You totally
You
earned
guys
it.
are all stars. Stop. I do want to say Dana Lou, who she said the Wheel of Time After Dark panels all slap. I'm also on one of those. The
Oh my gosh.
Igloo Bond Balefire. That's
Yeah,
that,
Igloo Bond Balefire, which is our fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't with that.
Okay, one more minute on the giveaway. Don't forget, it's ! raffle, no spaces. Here's your last chance. And Meme, I see that you have not yet entered, and I appreciate you for that. Let's give somebody else a chance.
I didn't either.
Oh,
I'll enter for you, Winespring. No, I'm just kidding.
There is, so Dana Lou asked, there is still the dance party. There's no karaoke. They're doing
Cool.
kind of like a, I don't know what it is. Not my department. Hashtag not my department.
But there is a
Not my-
dance party.
There is a dance party. That's
Saturday.
Saturday. Friday is a different thing.
Did they get rid of the karaoke? I thought that I had heard that there was karaoke before.
there was.
There was karaoke before. It wasn't super well attended, and it's our 15th Jordan Con, so we wanted to do something that we did back in the
Cool.
early
Nice.
Jordan Con days, which was kind of, I'm trying to remember what they called it. I don't even know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I feel like somebody told me, and it's like the vibe I got that it was going to be like some kind of bazaar or oh my god, what is the word for it? Kind of like a tavern vibe.
Yeah, that's
Ooh.
yeah.
Fun.
Yearly Brawl is what they're calling it.
But that's like a
that doesn't
festival.
sound like a tavern.
No, it's like a festival
I mean,
of some kind
tavern brawls,
in the
yeah,
Wheel
but-
of Time, I think.
Hmm,
I might be wrong.
pub
Yeah,
songs, like, yeah. It's just like a big hanging out thing.
Oh,
That's
it's gonna be
cool, though.
so fun.
I can't wait to hang out with everybody. It's gonna be so great.
That's really my thing. I'm like, I'm on during the day. At
Mhm.
night, I mostly like assume people can get their shit together.
Yeah.
I check in. But yeah, after about like 6 o'clock, I'm like, okay, y'all got it? Y'all got it? Cool, bye.
Bye.
Is that when we start bringing you drinks?
Oh no, I'm drunk throughout the
Just
entire weekend.
show up with drink. Oh,
I carry
Oh,
a
no,
nice
no,
buzz
Good
the
to know.
entire
Good to
time.
know.
I,
I got it. Okay,
at my
this is gonna
first
be great.
Jordan Con, which was Jordan Con 5, which was I guess 10 years ago, like the or Wheel of Time track director then, Jen Halbman, she taught me how to just stay the perfect level of buzz throughout the entire weekend. And it involves a Bubba keg and a lot of Diet Coke and Captain Morgan.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I was
Hey,
like, I
rum
need
and
your
coke.
wisdom.
It's a classic.
Share.
I do want to answer random no one asked, so no Real and Chill at JordanCon TBD. It will be Winespring and I, but Tavern and I did a Wheel and Chill with Winespring
That's true.
ad abstentia at WotCon, and so that I'm not ruling it out. As I said, I'm on 5 panels, so it's going to be a scheduling issue, but it's going to be a scheduling issue that I intend to figure out if I possibly
Okay.
can. So I'm gonna ask people if I'm allowed, first of all, to like maybe stream on TikTok some of the panels I'm on, and they'll probably say no. That's what I'm expecting. But if they, regardless of whether they say no or not, I'm hoping for a lobby stream at some point. So cross your fingers for me, because because that's the idea. If Winespring is into it, this is the first we're talking of it.
I'm
Also,
into it.
I'm the person that you
I'm
ask if
into
you can
it.
live stream any of
Oh.
your panels.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you're good for the WOT panels. So there's
Great.
80% of them.
Yay! Okay, well then I'll probably live stream
Very
my Wheel of
cool.
Time panels. I'll have a tripod set up somewhere.
Freaking awesome.
Go ahead.
And Jessica, yeah, you won't know until you ask. Well, let's just say I I didn't ask, but he answered it, or they answered anyway. So it's all good. It's all good.
All good.
Okay,
Apparently they
I'm
want
gonna
a
close this
life-size-
giveaway.
Apparently, they want a life-size cardboard of me to show
Let's do
up
it.
at
Let's
check.
get it done. Let's
Those are
bring it.
weirdly
told-
not that expensive to do.
They're really not. They're really not.
What is-
I'm still looking into getting Winespring and Kritter cutout heads like
Oh,
Lesbian
like
Yuri
the-
uses,
Sure,
Mm.
sure.
so that I can show up on Will and Chill one time and just behave like one of them.
We have a
Swap out.
winner. I don't
That'd be
know.
interesting.
I don't know why the winner doesn't show up in chat because I literally have it
Hybrid, you
selected
showed
that
up
they
late.
should. It is Dana Luhu. Congratulations,
Yay,
Dana Luhu.
Yay.
So okay, let us know. You could also choose Suck It Feanor if you want. Otherwise, these are your options.
What?
So- What?
One?
What
Missed
time?
who won.
Dana
Said I
Luhu.
missed who won.
Oh, Dana Luhu.
What?
Yeah. So very exciting. Love that for everyone. Especially Dana Luhu.
Yeah.
Love that for everyone.
I have obviously like a whole big stack of stickers, so I'm hoping in the future Wheel and Chill shows we'll do some sticker giveaways. I've got a couple extra mugs, and I've got a few more of those bookmarks I got at OgearCon at the Michael Livingston book signing. So we'll
Very
told you.
cool.
I told you I have a ton of extra Wheel of Time books,
Oh, that could be something too.
paperback and hardcover that we can give away.
That would be great.
I need hardcover The Dragon Reborn, please.
Send that to me. Thank you.
That'd be great if you could, because I can't find it.
All right. Dana Luhu has chosen Big Dragon Energy, and can you blame her? I can't.
Very nice. Very
I
nice.
can't. Okay, so giveaways completed. Discussion somewhat completed. Chat, have you decided who had the most compelling argument? Like, set aside your favorite book. What, like, let
Better
me
do a poll for
know
that.
in the comments,
Names.
in the
And not
chat.
who had the longest argument.
Which was you, James, I think.
I don't know. Tavern
don't
had
know.
a pretty.
I don't know. I had a list.
Tavern went for a long time. That's true.
I had a
That's
list,
true.
and I didn't even bring up that we got our true vision of sci-fi in the Wheel of Time in my book.
Well, look, you
and
just
ran-
brought it up, so I can't brag about it
I'm
anymore.
just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there.
So I'm just curious, chat. Let us know who you think. Did any of us convince you, or you know?
Kevin says The Gathering Storm.
Whoa,
Yes, we got
boom,
one.
yeah, okay, we can stop. Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, great. Full close.
Oh gosh, okay.
Full of Blake Shelton.
Oh.
What is that? Oh, is that like American Idol thing? I don't even.
Yeah,
No,
no, it's,
The Big Bang
Voice.
Theory, right?
Voice.
Oh.
It's
Just
Blake
kidding.
Shelton. Me.
I don't know what we're talking
I don't
about.
watch it. I don't know.
You
The
mean
Gathering Storm.
You mean Sheldon? Blake
Sheldon, yeah, that guy.
Blake
Whatever
Sheldon
his
is a
name
country singer.
What did I say his name was?
But you
I was like, The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon?
no, I heard
No,
Blake Shelton.
I said Blake Sheldon. I say Shelton with a T? It's possible. I don't know. I'm half asleep.
Oh my
Yeah. All right. Well, no one said anything except for Kevin, so I think we can close the poll.
But that doesn't count.
Yeah,
We win.
Gathering Storm is officially the the favorite of the chat.
Wait, did chat die? Is that
No
what
one's
happened?
saying anything.
Oh,
The
there.
voice.
Oh, here we
We
go.
saw something. There's the voice.
Oh,
Okay.
Dana
Gathering
Luhu can't
Squad.
wait to reread the Gathering Storm
That
thanks
counts.
to
That counts.
us.
So that's
Because she won a sticker. Whatever.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
God.
let's
Are they buying votes now?
It is.
Yeah, they're buying votes.
you got another one. Gathering Storm.
Yes.
What
Yes.
the hell is happening?
I love winning.
Is it the same person?
It's
But
that
different
it's
person,
that
yeah.
appeal to emotion, ethos, pathos, logos. You
Shadow
gotta go
Rising.
for all of it. You can't
Wait,
just.
Shadow Rising.
Oh, okay.
Random
Shadow
no
Rising.
man.
Wow, random
What are you
no
doing
man.
right now?
Wow. Stop it. Get out of here. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we can wrap this up now. I feel like more votes
We're all
for Gathering
winners.
Storm. We're all winners. Honestly, we are because the
We're all
series
winners.
exists,
This
and
is
I
true.
love it so much, and it's my favorite. And it brings us things like Jordan Con and WotCon and the Queers of Time podcast and the Wheel and Chill show and the Wheel of Time show on Amazon Prime. And I've got coloring books behind me over here. Anyways.
Podcasts.
Yeah,
fancy.
there's so much cool stuff that has happened because these books came out, and I know that they've changed my life and made it better, and I feel like the same is probably true for a lot of the people in the chat, and you guys, I assume.
Yeah, they're pretty good books.
They're pretty good books. So yeah, I just have a lot of love for them, and I'm really, really looking forward to Jordan Con. Thank you for putting me on those panels that I will now probably live stream some of.
Amazing.
And yeah, I don't know. I'll give everybody a chance to say some final thoughts before we officially sign off. Tavern, why don't you go first?
James, thank you for being on the show. That's awesome. To be honest with you, all of the books that were mentioned tonight are amazing. We've said that a million times. And I'm just glad, again, I wish I could be at Jordan Con. I can't this year, but I'm excited for next year, hopefully. And as always, I'm glad that Wheel and Chill is back because we love all of you guys and we love our chill chat.
Yes.
And I miss you guys when we're not on air. Miss all of you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Amazing. Winespring, it really looked like you were wanting to say something there.
I was going to ask what everybody's reading right now.
Oh, that's a good question. I already said I'm
Oh, shit.
reading
Let me
Tress to prepare for
Yes.
Jordan Con. Anybody else?
Right now,
Anybody
I
reading
am
anything?
reading.
That's what the Twilight.
I'm not counting Wheel of Time books. I'm always reading those, but currently I have to pull up my Kindle. I think it's the Trials of Apollo. The Rick Riordan.
Ooh.
Those are
Yeah.
that's fun.
They're fun. They're good. I like to read a heavy book and a light book. And
Started collecting those. Those are good books.
Nice.
Royden books? Yeah.
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 They're fun.
There's a place out here. It's like a used bookstore that's run by this little church, and these two little old ladies that are in there that are amazing. And they have so many Riordan books all of the time. It's not even funny.
I mean, he's written a whole bunch, and I don't know. I think he's doing things the right way where, I don't know, he's fostering good discussion. And if he wants to write about something, but he's not necessarily the voice to tell it, he'll co-author it with someone that is the voice to tell it.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think it's
That's
really
very
good.
smart.
Oh.
Okay. So we have Arosa in chat. So they're reading the Malazan series. Have y'all read that?
I read
Or
both
Malazan?
of them.
No.
I read one.
Yeah, I read one too.
One? Okay.
Who
It's
writes
on my
that?
list.
Erickson.
Erickson.
Okay.
Stephen
I
Erickson.
just started picking up all the Ranger's Apprentice books and that kind of stuff.
The Robin
reading some of
Hobb ones?
No. I've started picking up those two, which were the Fool's Gold and all that stuff. I started picking up those two. But yeah, I started
Yeah, Ranger's Apprentice. Okay, yeah, those the Ruins of Gorlan. Yeah.
missing 2 books right now. I have 9,
Nice.
which I'm sure that
Nice.
there's more than 9.
Wow,
But yeah.
nice. We got a lot of good ones in the chat. Red Rising.
I know.
I enjoy that a lot. New Spring, obviously. Great. He Who
I'll have to
Fights
make
with
some notes from
Monsters.
these.
Dresden. Dead House Gates. Well of Ascension. There you go. Got a little Brandon
What?
Sanderson.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like you guys have some good taste.
I just finished The Lost Metal. It was so good. I cried.
Yes.
I love books that make me cry. They're the best.
Same.
And I'm about to start The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Have y'all read that?
Is that a standalone?
No.
It's Kelly Barnhill.
Okay.
My first Kelly Barnhill movie. So if anyone's read that one, let me know what you thought. I thought it sounded interesting. It's kind of a different genre, so it's kind of witchy.
A witchy.
You know?
Okay, I haven't read a lot of witchy stuff. Let us
Me
know.
neither. Me neither.
Once you
So-
finish how it is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I
I
think
went-
so. For Jordan Con, they are doing the Lost Metal Mega Panel, which is a
Yes.
2-part panel.
Ooh. I will
Yeah.
go to that. It was phenomenal. Absolutely wonderful.
Perfect way to
Has
wrap
everyone
it up.
read it?
I have.
I keep trying to
Watch
start.
spoilers, obviously, for the chat.
Yes,
Don't
sorry.
I keep
spoil
trying to
it.
start the
Yeah.
Sanderson books, and then something happens, and I have to
man.
stop. So I don't want to read it a little bit and then pause and read a little. I want to just go into it, so I just keep restarting.
Yeah.
I've restarted Mistborn like twice now, and haven't made it past chapter 1 because shit keeps popping up. So I'm like, God damn it.
I think Mistborn, the first trilogy is pretty amazing.
Yes, I reread them all before I started The Lost Metal because I wanted to have all the details, in my head.
Yeah.
And it just really brought this last one to life. I'm really glad I made that choice.
Luke Aes Sedai is having problems finishing Lost Metal.
Oh, just get to the end. It's totally worth it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Do
Make
it.
it happen.
What are you doing? Sorry.
I still think think after all of these years, Warbreaker is still probably my favorite story.
Phenomenal. What about Elantris? Did you like Elantris?
It's a little too rough for me.
Really? Oh, I ate it up.
It was the first novel. It's good. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, one thing that surprised me about Brandon Sanderson, was I stalled reading Arcanum Unbounded for the longest time because I was like, what is it? Is it like the companion? Is it like the Silmarillion? Is it like an encyclopedia? Like that's what I thought.
I thought it was the Silmarillion for the longest time because I was like, what?
Not at all. Incredibly pleasurable read. Several of the stories in there, like Sixth of Dusk and Shadows of Silence and the Forest of Hell, both like incredible stories, short stories, and I could not recommend. Like if you've been hesitating because you're like, oh, it's just a side book that doesn't matter in the Cosmere, you should read it. It's great.
And what is it called again? The
Arcanum Unbounded.
So I have not read it yet, so I'll do that after this. The Girl Who Drank the Moon. Okay.
All right, so I think all of us have had our final words except James, unless there was something else, Winespring, that you wanted to say other than the book discussion, which was lovely. No? Okay.
That's it.
No.
James,
you guys should come to JordanCon. Thank you. Oh no! First of all, rewind that so I don't seem ungrateful. Thank you for having me.
A pleasure. Pleasure was ours.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to talk about the Eye of the World and the Wheel of Time. Go to JordanCon if you can. We'll live stream or stream the panels that we can. Again, not my department, but I will do my best. Critter will stream sometimes.
I will indeed.
Yeah, Critter.
And also Queers of Time, if you want to listen to a bunch of semi-coherent gay people talk about the Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Sounds like
you don't have to be queer to listen. You don't have to be queer. It's just it helps. But yeah,
it helps.
Just a little queer, a lot of queer.
Any amount of
It's
queer.
a spectrum.
Any amount of queer.
Awesome. Well, again, I want to thank you for coming on. This was lovely. I can't believe, we've been going for a little over a year now, and it was about time. Let me just say that. I can't believe it took us this long.
All good.
But we're happy to have you here tonight, and I feel like this discussion in particular was made more lively by the fact that you picked the book that I just read, which is it's a classic.
Again, it's the book everyone's read the most.
Yeah,
even people that don't like the series
have read it.
It off.
Such a good point.
It's what kicks it off. It's a great first.
My goal was to find someone who didn't have the same favorite book as any of us, and that's not. I picked you first, and you filled the requirements immediately. So it's like, nice.
I meant to ask this in your re-listen. Did you listen to have you listened to the Rosamund Pike version?
That's the one I listened to.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Because I will say, I like the idea of her doing. Or of them switching between actors or something. Mm-hmm. But also, I kind of just love her doing them.
She is an incredible storyteller.
It's
incredible. The voices she did. I was literally I had to stop at one point and explain to my husband how it felt like I was just getting tucked into bed or in front of in front of the fire, just listening to somebody who it was she was activated Tom Maryland mode. She was just so good. Sorry, I interrupted you, but I feel so passionate. James, keep going. I interrupted you.
She said high chant? No, higher chant.
Higher.
The highest.
No, it was her. It was very good. It was, I love Kate Reedy and Michael Kramer.
Same.
Very amazing, but
them.
it was different and it was just very kind of refreshing.
Yes.
And also, her Moraine in the book is not anything like her Moraine in the show, so...
Which is fascinating to me.
Which is Like
So
her
much
telling him,
talent.
like I was pleased to hear the telling of Manetheren in Rosamund Pike's voice because at least I got it in some
Yeah.
form.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I had a quick question before we leave. I know I always do this, but did you guys? Okay, so I can't pronounce her name. The
Bail.
actress-
Nine.
That one. Not that one.
So Sophie
No.
Okonedo.
That's
Yeah,
the
oh,
one.
I mean,
no,
seriously,
it's
yes.
not her. The one that we want to play Cadswing.
Oh, Shora
Yes.
Agdashlu. I could have
It's a
butchered it.
tough ass.
That's how
Phenomenally
it's
done.
spelled.
Beautifully done. Yes.
So, what did you guys think about her little tweet with the
Queen.
Cadswing?
Fucking
Wow.
queen. Amazing.
It
Now,
was
She was
Is it-
awesome.
To me, it sounded different than I would have said it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm wondering how you guys felt about it.
Well, should we all just go around and say how we pronounce PHAW?
Yeah, I think so. I'll go first.
That's good.
Fa.
Okay.
Did you say?
What?
Fa. Like fa.
Oh,
like
I thought you said fuck. I was like, what?
fuck. No. Fa. That's how I like. It's like a yeah. That's how. Whatever. Okay, James, you go.
For me, it's more like a
Oh.
like a.
Oh, airy.
interesting.
Very airy.
Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
I'm more
It's
of a
like a
gas.
scoff. It's like a scoff. Like fuck.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All right.
100% agree with James.
Oh, perfect. Okay, Winespring. How did you pronounce it? Pa. Okay.
Yeah. And you have to like do your hands in your head and everything.
It's not just
Gotta do the
a.
hands.
The whole thing. Yeah. You can't just say paw.
You have to bitch slap someone.
Yes.
So I assume that James asked that question to emphasize that everybody pronounces that word a little bit differently, and I think with the we could all come to a consensus that eventually when she plays Cadswing that she's doing it right.
Yes.
Yeah.
No doubts.
I
I
mean,
can see her there already.
Travis, if you're still listening, if you haven't fallen asleep, when I played that clip for him, we were driving, and he was like, "I don't like that. I don't.
Oh,
I don't like." He was no. It wasn't like I don't
like
like it. Like,
discomfort.
yeah, it was. He was very at unease. He was very
Oh.
just one of like.
Ooh.
That is exactly the feeling Cadswan should give you. So 10 out of 10.
10 out of
Love
10.
that.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Could not have done better. Rosa says,
Can't
I don't
wait.
like Cadswing, but I like the actress a lot. This could be another one where they bring in somebody like with Alana. They bring in somebody and you're like, why do I love you? Like,
Or
Yes.
Leandrin.
Or Leandrin.
Oh
And
my god.
Oh
you're
my
just
gosh.
like, oh,
They
okay.
did such a good job with those characters.
Well,
It
shit.
took me forever to realize that she was the actress in the Fleetwood was in Harry Potter.
Mm.
It just threw me for a freaking loop when I saw her because she looks so
Yeah,
different
she
in that
does look
movie.
really different.
Yes.
She's also in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Is she in Star Wars? What?
Yeah,
And in another
very
series.
briefly.
God, what
One
is
of
it?
the new one, the newest, or in the new trilogy. She's in the first one, I think. I just went to the symphony and saw
The Force Awakens.
I think so. She's like one of the. It's so brief. She's like at a panel as like on the dark
Oh.
side or whatever. Like
Star
she's like
Wars First
On the
Order.
dark side.
yeah, she's like sitting at a
On the
panel
ship?
for the First Order,
Mhm.
just like typing
Mhm.
things.
Yes.
and I was like, oh my god, just very briefly.
Did anybody
Crazy.
watch Harlots?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
She was in Harlots, and she was phenomenal in Harlots. That's where the first time I remember seeing her. Yeah, she was very compelling.
So
Very cool.
good. So
Mhm.
good. All right. So once again.
And once again, the Gathering
Travis
Storm
just-
won.
Travis just said, "I thought you were playing a monster sound, James."
You know what? Some people might say Cadswain is a monster,
It's true.
but I mean, those
She's
people
a
aren't
force
wrong.
to be reckoned with.
But-
yes.
Yeah, it's not like in a bad way.
Exactly. Like, has anybody watched Twilight? No, kidding.
Dana Lou, Kate Fleetwood plays Mary Cattermole in Deathly
Is that who it is?
Hallows,
Yes.
part 1. I had to Google it because I thought Tavern was full of shit too. So
Oh, she was being questioned by Dolores Umbridge in The Mystery of Magic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely Hells, part 1. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we
And
love
she
them.
looks so different that it's just like, yeah.
Okay. I have already forgotten. James, had you finished your final thoughts? I want to make
I
sure
did.
you haven't. Okay.
I have lots of final thoughts, so you have to stop me.
I think we'll probably call it. It's about the end of. It's been about 2 hours, and I thought the discussion was incredibly lively and fun. I will say I am currently writing the script for my Eye of the World recap / review. So God knows when that's coming out, but it's in progress, so I'm very excited about it. Also, eventually, I'm going to try and figure out what happened at the end of the Eye of the World before I get into the Great Hunt.
That'll be its own panel. What actually happened? We go through it. Maria's on the panel, and she just looks at us and says, I don't fucking know.
I don't even know.
Don't ask me. I'm not sure.
Harriet Skypes in. Oh,
don't talk to me either.
That's the glory of it. You're not supposed to know.
You're not. Also, I want to
You're not.
give a shout out to my mom for giving me this neon sign for Christmas. I finally got it hung up. Isn't it so cute?
Yes,
that is
so
super cool.
cool.
I was ogling
Wait, I
that.
can't
That's
see
really
it.
cool.
It's right there.
What a sweet
No,
gift. Very thoughtful.
I'm looking in Discord and it's hard to see.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's yeah.
That's real tiny.
On
You'll have to look
YouTube,
on
you
the
can
YouTube.
totally
Yeah, you'll be
see
able to see it on
Yeah.
YouTube. All right, we got to get out of here. Thanks again, James, Tavern, Winespring, all of you. It was an absolute pleasure being right
Yeah.
about the best book in the Wheel of Time. I'm kidding. You guys all had really great picks. Shadow Rising is right up there. Eye of the World also for me. They're all great. How do you pick? It's tough. And keep an eye on our socials for the next show and show topic. Get hyped for that. And we have less than a month until JordanCon, so let's keep the hype train. Let's keep the
my
hype
gosh.
train chugging along,
Yes.
okay? I'll be working
Yeah.
on my Moraine cosplay and keeping y'all updated on my platforms. I'm getting close. Getting real close.
Yes.
Getting real excited. So I really am going to end it now. Thank you all for being here. Everybody in the chat, we love you so much. And until next time, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.